Hey everyone, this is Jono from Veracity with another video. This one on using context registration to identify attempts. Not going to do a lot of slides this time, so just going to dig right into a demo. Give me 1 second. All right, so first thing I want to pop up here is the xAPI specification. I'm already kind of drilled down into the context section. We've talked about this in some of the other videos. I will link to those videos in the description for this one if you need more detail on what context is. We talked a lot about context activities. In this case, we're going to talk a little bit about context registration. And you know, the type in the description might seem a little bit vague. It's a UUID, it's an identifier, and it's a registration that the statement is associated with. So what's a registration? Typically, this is used for something like an attempt on some learning content, for example. So let me go into an LRS and show you. I have some sample data with our testerson user here, and you can see we've got a bunch of information there, initializing and terminating, scoring and passing, and they're failing, and there's kind of a lot of stuff. Really only 10 here, but you can imagine this list could get really long in the real world. And maybe I could configure and turn on score and see that, okay, the first score today 10 minutes ago was a 50%, and then 7 minutes ago it was a 95, but still might not be clear what's actually happening there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to flip on the registration value. I'm going to filter by our testerson user, who's a new user that I created for today. And you'll see that there are two different values here for registration. These are signifying different attempts on the content. So let's first go to the one that's a bit older, C20, etc., and filter. And then we can see what happened is testerson initialized, started the content, got a score. We saw that score before was 50%. That was a failing score, and then they terminated the lesson. Apparently that wasn't good enough, because you'll see we have a second attempt starting 2FAD, etc. Let's filter by that one. So in this case, we've got initialized, scored, passed, completed, then terminated. So my score being 95, I think it was this time, was good enough to pass and complete this particular lesson. So that data that kind of looks like a jumbled mess a little bit when you first see it, it's hard to tell what's going on. What really ties things together is this attempt or registration ID. And we can see these things happened in the context of a single attempt on the courseware. Okay, so I think that's going to be it for today. Again, I'll link to some statement viewer stuff that we've done here recently, but thanks for watching and have a good one.